Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We come with another interesting book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Let's start. The average human life cycle is as follows: go to school, study hard, acquire a decent career, and start a family, continue working, save for retirement, and finally die. If this arrangement is something you enjoy, there is nothing wrong with it. However, many people lose interest in their employment after a few years. They basically feel like the job is eating away their lives. They have little time for friends, family, or recreational activities. They are stuck. Tim Ferriss says, outside of science and law, all rules can be bent or broken, and it doesn't require being unethical. Many people want to break free from the 9 to 5 grind, but only a handful manage to do so. And it all comes down to fear of the unknown. Who wants to abandon their job if there is no way to improve their situation in terms of time and freedom? If enough people have the bravery to leave occupations they despise and pursue their heart's desires, the world will be a happier place. Timothy Ferris can show you how to achieve the freedom to live the lifestyle you deserve. Who is Timothy Ferris? He, a billionaire entrepreneur and podcaster, invented the 4-hour work week as a lifestyle design for his personal life, which he then began teaching others after successfully testing the effectiveness of his new way of living. Lesson 1. Setting goals and taking massive action to achieve them will assist you in overcoming your fears and establishing the lifestyle you desire. Timothy Ferris used to have a business that ate up all of his time. It was monetarily profitable, but he had to work 15 hours every day. Because he desired freedom, this was a huge issue for him at the moment. Ferris recognized that taking a year off in Europe would help him clear his head after some thought. But, like the bulk of us, he was terrified of losing his business. As a result, he dismissed the idea of taking a year-long vacation. Even though he despised his job, he continued to put in long hours. But, one day, it dawned on him what would be the worst-case situation if he went on vacation against the odds. Many things may go wrong. His firm could fail, he could go bankrupt in a foreign nation, or even more nefarious things could occur. Timothy Ferris jotted down every single one of them. He then gave some serious consideration to alternative survival options. It occurred to him that he could make a life doing something other than his business. Things would be tough at first, but he could get a low-paying job and cut back on pleasures like eating out. That's not too horrible. As a result, he embarked on his journey. His trip lasted 15 months, and his business grew even more during that time. The moral of the story is that your anxieties may not be as scary as they appear. You must master the art of overcoming your fears if you actually want to enjoy an affluent life. So here the question for yourself. Is your fear of the unknown preventing you from making large life and career changes? Do you truly want to make a change? If you answered yes, get a pen and paper and write down all of the worst case situations you can think of, as well as what you can do to avoid them. It also supports concentrating on your long-term goals. You will be inspired as a result of this. Between now and at least the next 6 months, Tim Ferriss recommends that you establish ambitious, unrealistic expectations for the things you want to be, do, and have. After that, start thinking about how you can make those things happen. Make a detailed plan for realizing your unrealistic expectations. Keep in mind that your goals must be unachievable. Keeping them simple in reality is the surest way to demotivate you. Make sure that action to achieve your goals is necessary. Thinking about all things will change automatically. Giving excuses and not leaving your comfort zone won't make any difference in your life even if you spend 6 months or 1 year like this. Lesson 2. Elimination is the key to productivity. Author says, anything to do with time management is a waste of time. This is perhaps the worst productivity advice you'll ever hear. Yet the concept of time management, getting more done in less time, has kept a lot of people busy without actually delivering much. Most of people just fill the day with lots of activities and say themselves productive. Remember, being busy, doing the things which are not important is not productive. Author here introduced the term a new rich. You should prioritize efficacy over efficiency. For example, you could spend 3 hours answering to emails when you could easily outsource it for less money and focus on more vital activities that would get you closer to your objective. While it may be part of your job description to respond to emails, spending hours doing so will not make you more effective. Remember, productivity is important if new rich is the ultimate goal. Author says, the 80-20 rule and the Parkinson's law are two laws you can apply to your life to quickly increase your personal and professional productivity. According to the 80-20th rule, an employee's 20% of time is responsible for 80% of his or her office job. No employee is truly productive for 8 hours a day. A large portion of that time is spent on very meaningless activities. What if I told you that workplace distractions eat significantly more time than you believe? Try avoiding distractions and see how quickly you can complete your everyday tasks. Lesson 3. Put your work on autopilot. The new richest lifeblood is outsourcing. Remember that the goal is for you to be in charge of your life and have others work for you so that you may focus on the things that are most important to you. And, as we have said many times before, anyone can do it. It makes no difference if you are a business owner, an employee, or a student. Before a task may be delegated, it must be both time-consuming and well-specified. When it comes to outsourcing, you have two choices. You have the option of hiring a local or distant virtual assistant. Because of the time difference between the two countries, author advocates hiring remote virtual assistants from developing countries like India or Nigeria because the cost of service is lower and you may be asleep while your virtual assistant is working for you. So, let's pretend you have a presentation the next morning. All you have to do is contact your virtual assistant early enough, give them clear instructions, and set a timeline that both of you can work with. Remember Parkinson's law. If all goes well, you'll find your presentation ready for you in your inbox the next morning. Isn't that incredible? Your Man in India and Brickwork, both situated in India, are the two most common virtual assistant companies that provide remote services. Lesson 4. Now, it's time to set your income on autopilot. I know, this is the moment you have been looking forward. Right? The new richest secret is to create a business around something they enjoy and make it simple and automated so they can focus on other things. The purpose is not to make money, but to have a good time. Finding a product you can sell to a specific target market is the simplest way to enter into business and make a lot of money. You also don't want to waste time researching a product or its market, so pick a niche you are already familiar with. Examine your past or current experiences for a problem that your product can fix. If the thought of creating a product doesn't excite to you, There are two more fantastic ways to get a product for your target market. But before we go into those two other options, let's focus on product development. The next stage is the idea of a solution you can produce to address this demand after you have chosen a target market and identified their challenges. If you have a hard product in mind, private labeling can help. Simply contact professionals in the industry to get the product manufactured in a way that will appeal to your target market. Then stamp your distinctive label on it. Reselling and licensing are the other two options for obtaining a product. Reselling a product is simple. In fact, it's the simplest method to get one. But the profit margin isn't necessarily high because there are frequently a lot of other people reselling the same product at lower costs. However, resale is an excellent place to begin. If you are interested, there is only one thing you need to do: contact the manufacturer, negotiate a wholesale price, and you are good to go. Choose any of the ways that appeal to you, but avoid the naive trap of low pricing. Your product should not be less than $50, and it should ideally be less than $200. A fair price relieves you of the hassle of dealing with low-end consumers who are always a pain to deal with. Don't be scared to establish high prices if you are certain in your product's worth. Lesson 5. You can quit your job and live the new rich lifestyle. If you have followed all of the steps above, especially if you have started outsourcing and the side business you began in your spare time is starting to pay off, you are close to being able to quit your job. But initially, you'll want to figure out remote working arrangements so you can try out your new lifestyle while still earning money. You'll require remote work, especially if your company isn't yet able to meet your financial needs. We previously addressed how being extremely productive will make it easier to negotiate remote employment. Nevertheless, you'll need more than productivity. You'll need a strategy, because convincing management to allow you to work from anywhere in the globe isn't always easy. The management of your firm needs to see how working from home will benefit the organization more than working in the office. And your strategy must demonstrate this to them. Consider Sherwood's encounter with his superior. Sherwood began putting in the effort to boost his productivity, and thus his value to the firm, as a result of his plan to negotiate remote work. He also ensured that the corporation invested in him, so that letting him go would be difficult. He then called in sick for a 2-day period. Sherwood used to do his office work from home these days. He made certain that he went above and beyond what he normally did at work. After 2 days, he returned and was ready to discuss remote employment. When you do well at work, you have a better chance of negotiating improved working circumstances. He began by requesting to remote work days, Monday and Tuesday, because his boss is more likely to accept 2 days of remote work rather than all 5 days at once. What's the end result? Sherwood went above and beyond to impress his supervisor, then used his stellar performance to secure 4 days of remote work, and then complete remote work for the entire week. He is now only obliged to attend important meetings at the company. You can use his strategy as well. The capacity to demonstrate a high level of expertise and dependability are the most critical factors. We are now heading towards conclusion. You no longer have to put your life on hold for a job or a business, forgetting that work is merely a means to an end, not an end in itself. All of the tactics mentioned in this summary are geared toward one goal: assisting you in working to live rather than working for the sake of working. Begin your trip into the realm of possibilities and adventures by deciding that you are deserving of a better life, one that is rich and free. Then start clearing out everything that is preventing you from joining the new rich league. Then, by outsourcing any job that can't be removed and launching a profitable side business, you may automate your work and money. It may take some time to reach the 4-hour work week balance, depending on your own position and personal preferences. You can speed up your success if you start taking modest measures today and get serious about it. Work is supposed to be enjoyable. Don't put off enjoying your work and celebrating accomplishments until you have met your financial goals and found your perfect work-life balance. Contrary to popular opinion, completing your objectives will not make you happy. What will bring you happiness and motivation is learning to appreciate the process. So, get started right away. Take charge of your journey and rejoice in your accomplishments. Consider the following. Choose the 20% of office duties that account for 80% of the results you produce as an employee or business owner. Outsource the little activities that don't matter, then concentrate your efforts on the top 20%. This is the end of this summary. You have just listened the 4-hour work week by Tim Ferriss. Hope you learned a lot and make you sure you apply these learnings in your day-to-day life. So, one day you will also become member of the New Rich Club. Let's share good knowledge and make our society more educated and responsible by book reading. Thank you once again. Don't forget to like our channel, press subscribe button and bell icon, and don't forget to share this video to friends, family, and your dears one. Hello everyone, welcome to